What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Funboxing with Will. I'm your host, Will, from H2O Co. Film and Photo right here. And today we're going to be doing, not so much a review, but we're going to be doing a comparison video. I've had some people asking me to do a comparison on exactly how loud of a difference there is between the Mavic Air and the Mavic Air 2. So unfortunately, I don't own a Mavic Air myself, the original, but I do fortunately have a buddy who owns one, Slade. Big shout out to my buddy Slade. He's stopping by today. We're going to go ahead in a few minutes when he gets here, and we're going to run across the street to the field at the park across the street from my house. And I've downloaded a decibel detector or decibel counter here on my cell phone. I know it's not a decibel counter like what you'd buy from a store, but it does seem to work fairly well. And I've used it on like stereo equipment, and I've used it to measure the decibel levels of my television and such. So it does actually seem to work very well. It's got a 4.9 star rating reviews on the one specific decibel counter that I picked up. So we're going to go across the street and we're going to do a comparison, because for those of you who don't know, the new Mavic Air 2 has what they call low noise reduction props. So apparently it's supposed to be a lot quieter than the original props on the original Mavic Air. So let's get into that. Alrighty, now before we get across the street and do the actual decibel test, I just wanted to thank all of my viewers and subscribers that have subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you, and if you find any of this information in today's video at all useful or helpful, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see future content that I put out, hit that notification bell, as I put out new content weekly, or at least I try to for the most part. So there will be more coming. I think I'm going to be doing a Lenovo M10-inch tab review here fairly shortly, and then I'm also going to do another review on the new Rode Go mic that I'm actually currently using today. It's the first time I've used it for an audio setup, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, let's get out to that field across the street. My friend Slade just showed up, and we'll go ahead and get this comparison video taken, okay? Alrighty, everybody, so as I said, I didn't have an Air 2 to work with, or I'm sorry, a Mavic Air to work with, but I've got a buddy of mine who's flying his right now, and I'm about to do a decibel count on his Mavic Air, and then I'll go ahead and compare it to the Mavic Air 2. So here comes the drone, and it's coming in right now. Alrighty guys, so the decibel count on this, I don't know if you could see this, but it was right at the 80% or 80 mark right there. So right about where it's at right now with my voice level is what it's getting. I don't know if I was in frame for all of that or not. I'm sorry if I walked out of frame a little bit, but so we're pulling about 90 decibels on the Mavic Air original. We're getting right around 90 decibels. So we'll go ahead and test it with the Mavic Air 2 here in a second and see how that one works. So, alright everybody, so that was the Mavic Air 1 decibel test, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kick up the Mavic Air 2, and we're going to see what the difference in decibel levels is. Mind you, both drones are in sports mode for this, so I don't know if it changes depending on the mode you're in, but I'm going to have both of them in sports mode. So in sports mode, this decibel level So
this one's registering at 60. I don't know if you can see it again, but 60 decibels as opposed to the 96 decibels that his drone was kicking out. So from what I can test with just this little cheapo decibel counter on my phone, it looks like there's at least a 30 decibel difference in the decibels between the two drones. So for any of you out there who had been wondering which drone or how much the low noise propellers actually affect the drone, that's a pretty good estimation there. So it was at 63 or 62 with my drone, and then with his drone we were at around 98 decibels. So, and again, I don't know how accurate this decibel counter is, as it's an app on my phone, but I've tested it with other things and it seems to be pretty accurate. So that's just a rough estimate right there.
Alrighty guys, so that was the comparison, and as you could tell, there was a big difference in the decibel level of the two drones. From what I could tell, it's more of a bassy tone to the Mavic Air 2 as opposed to a louder, higher pitched whining kind of a noise that the Mavic Air puts out. The decibel levels, like it said, it was on the Air 2, it was sitting roughly right around 60 decibels, as opposed to the Mavic Air, which went all the way up to 96, between 96 and 98 decibels. So if you're going to be filming in an area that you want to keep the noise down to a minimum, but you don't want to be 300 feet up in the air, I would definitely go with the Mavic Air 2 for the low noise props, because they really do work, and they really do reduce the noise that you get and the volume that you have on the drone when you're flying it. So it's just a quick little review today, or a comparison video. Like I said earlier, I'll be putting out some more reviews here shortly. So like I said, if you like it, if you found it interesting, please show your love, hit that subscribe and like button, and heck, share the video if you know anybody who's into drones as well. So until next time, my friends, I hope that you stay safe and stay creative above all else, my friends. Have a great night.